Hey everybody, today we're going to talk a little bit about reflections. So we did this a little out of sequence, ran out of time the other day, so I thought I'd go back and make sure this is up here for anybody that needs some extra help with this stuff. So first things first, we need to identify the line of reflection. So this is saying, I want to zoom in a little more here actually. This is saying we're reflecting across the x-axis. So the x-axis is right here. So I'm going to highlight that. Okay. So if you reflect across the x-axis, all right, your x value doesn't change. It's actually your y value that does. So this becomes x opposite y. So g would go down here for g prime. And I prime would be here. And then h prime would be here. Now you might be asking, hey, how do you do that so quickly? Well, there's two ways of doing this. One, I'll show you both ways, and then we're going to do the quicker way the rest of the way through. So the one way to do it is if you don't have a grid, which it's very possible that could happen in MCAS. There's actually a problem where you're going to see in the video I'm going to be posting very soon where you have to do a composite transformation. So let's write the coordinates of h, I, and g. So h is -1, +4. Excuse me. There's h right here. This is our pre-image. So -1, +4. I is going to be -2, +2. And g is going to be 3, 1. Okay. So now we have h prime, I prime, and g prime. So when you take a point and reflect it over the x-axis, you're just going to change the sign of the y. The x remains unchanged. So -1 stays as is, and 4 will become -4. For I prime, -2 stays as is, and 2 becomes -2. And then for g prime, 3 stays as is, and 1 becomes -1. So that's what they should be. Let's see if I did that right. So g is 3, -1, yep. H is -1, -4, yep. And I prime is -2, -2, yep, that works. So that's one way you can do it, and it definitely works. You can also just count the spaces from the line of reflection. So this is 1 up, then we're going 1 down. This is 2 up, and we're going 2 down. This is 4 up, and we're going 4 down, and that's it. The points have to be equidistant from the line of reflection as for their corresponding points from the pre-image, okay? You want to be able to do both ways, though. You want to be able to show both ways that you can do it. And also, if you're given a situation where you don't have a grid and you have to just reflect it, this is what you need to be able to do. So, reflection across the y-axis, well, excuse me. So y-axis, okay, xy is going to become opposite x, y. So basically, if you're reflecting it over an axis, or an axis, you're just going to change the sign of the opposite variable. Okay, so the y-axis is right here, so I'm going to highlight that. Right. So this is actually the pre-image and the image are going to overlap here. So g prime's right here, h prime's right here, e prime, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that's e prime, and that's f prime. And you'll notice this should create a congruent figure. They should be congruent because reflections preserve congruency because it's a rigid transformation. All right, cool. Let's keep going. Reflection across the x-axis. Okay. All right. Let's see. So x-axis. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's h prime. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that's j prime. And I prime would be right here. There we go. Excuse me. Okay. And then reflection across y equals -2. So you may be saying to yourself, oh, what's that? So we have to highlight that line. So y equals -2 will be a horizontal line where y is always -2. So here we go. That's our line of reflection. And T and U are actually going to stay right where they are. S will be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, so 1, 2, 3, here we go. And there we go. All right, nice. Write a rule to describe each transformation. So now we have to say what's happening here. So this is obviously reflection, and here's your line of reflection. So I like to trace the line of reflection, and that makes it easier. So reflection across the y-axis. Okay. Now this one here, sometimes it's easier actually to rotate your paper. So this makes it a little more obvious what the line of reflection is. Okay. There we go. I find it easy to rotate it, to be honest, when trying to find the line of reflection. So that's y equals 1. So reflection across y equals 1. All right, let's do the back side here. Same deal, identify the line of reflection, which is right here. So reflection across, is that y equals 2? No, that's x equals 2, because it's a vertical line. X is not changing. X equals 2, and then here we go. Okay, reflection across 1, 2, 3, x equals 3. Okay, so here we have to write the coordinates of the, okay, so we're looking for the coordinates of the image. So let's draw the line of reflection. So y equals -4. So if y equals -4, that means y is not changing, so it's a horizontal line. And then D and F will stay where they are. E will go right here, or E prime rather. So let's write the coordinates. So we have D prime, E prime, and F prime. We don't have to worry about the pre-image. So D prime is going to be, what, 3, -4? E prime is 3, -3. And, no, I'm sorry. E prime is, I misread that. E prime is actually 3, -5. Or 4, -5. Jeez. 4, -5. There we go. F prime is going to be 4, -4. Number 10, we have to write the line of reflection, which is y equals -3.
Yep.
Right, so we have our line of reflection here. It's y equals -3. Let's see how far they are. So m is 1 down, so m prime is 1 up. L is 2 up, so L prime is 2 down. And K is right on it. So K prime will be 4, -3. M prime is going to be 0, -2. And then L prime is going to be -1. I'm going to pause this for a second, guys. People are being loud in the hallway. All right, so L prime is going to be -1, -5. Okay, there we go. I should probably connect those, right? That's probably a good idea. There we go. You can always check too, make sure it creates a mirror image, which it does. That way you know you did it right. Reflection across x equals -2. So x equals -2 will be a vertical line. X equals -2. There we go. And w is to the right. W prime will be to the left. X is 3 left, so x prime will be 3 right. Okay. And v is right on the line. There we go. V prime. So w prime is -4, +4. X prime is 1, 3. Yeah, 1, 3. Yes. And v prime is -2, +2. Okay, last one. Here we go. Reflection across x equals -1. So this is going to be a vertical line because x value is not changing. So C is 1 left, so C prime is 1 right. D is 2 right, so D prime will be 2 left. B is 1, 2, 3, so B prime will be 1, 2, 3 right. There we go. Let's use the ruler so it looks nicer. There we go. And connect that. There we are. Cool. So C prime is on the y-axis. It's hard to tell because it's right next to it. Yeah, it is. 1, 2, 3. So 0, 3. B prime is, oh jeez, there we go. B prime is 1, 2, 2, negative 2. And D prime is 1, 2, 3, so negative 3, negative 2. It's actually hard to tell that when it's right close to it. And there we go. Cool, cool. All right, hopefully that was helpful, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.